welcome back to Ideal Flicks. Sorry about the long wait, but my computer broke, so I've been trying to fix that. My sister's getting married this weekend. Shout out to my soon-to-be brother, EJ. I recently went to a Lil Wayne concert, which he's my favorite artist of all time, so I finally got to experience that in person. So things have just been crazy with work and just the wedding and the concert. Everything's just been going on. But I got a whole lot of movies lined up that I'm ready to get out, and I hope you guys enjoy these. But before I do that, I want to say, Mom, thank you for this Office poster, which is new. My mom got me that out of nowhere, which was a great surprise and a definitely added prop. So with that being said, let's jump into this movie, Brightburn. Now, if you guys don't know, Brightburn is pretty much the evil version of Superman. What if Superman came here and realized that, that he could destroy all of us? And this movie actually does a great job. I thought this movie was pretty well put together. I didn't expect it to be as gory as it was, but it was, and I enjoyed it. It was very good. It showed, Brandon Breyer, the evil Superman. It showed all of his power, all of his Superman-like powers, and it shows what if he was evil, and they did a good way of explaining it, him being a superior being, knowing that he doesn't really have to take orders from anybody, pretty much like how we do, like he doesn't respect anybody because he knows that they're not of his caliber of being, I guess. And so this movie, it begins, I think he's in middle school. We immediately see that he's super intelligent, and he doesn't really fit in, he's kind of picked on, and this girl tries to cheer him up, which was a bad idea on her part because he ends up stalking her, and she calls him out for it. So he ends up breaking her hand, which gets her mom involved and the school involved, and that's where everything started to go downhill for him. And so he realizes that that if he wants something, he's gonna take it. It's not if it's acceptable. He realizes that he has the ability to get it, he's gonna go and get it. So he goes to the girl's house and he lets her know, I like you, and nothing's gonna come between that. And she knows, he knows that her mother isn't gonna allow that. So he tells her, it's gonna be taken care of. So the first time we see any violence is her mom is at work and gets attacked by him in this slowly methodical way. We see his super speed, his ability of flight, and you assume his laser vision because he cuts open this door to get to the mother. But then he jumps on her, but we never see what happens. We don't see if he kills her. We don't know what happens. And next scene, it's just him at home, and he gives his parents some lie, so they'll think that he's, this was just the kid that they think he is. But they know that something's up. So, they schedule to have him sit down with a therapist, which is actually his mother's sister. And, she's trying to work with him, trying to, get him back. Like, why'd you break the girl's wrist? Like, just all this stuff, trying to pick his brain. And, his response is, that sometimes people deserve it, because he thought that she deserved it since she called him out for being a stalker, which makes no sense to me. Like, that's the bad guy, and he broke her arm for being the bad guy. But things in the conversation, it doesn't really tend to catch his attention until she mentions that she has to let the sheriff know, she has to let the school know, and his mother and family how he's doing, so that he can be taken out of the program. And he's like, what, I don't like that. He's like, what happens between me and you needs to stay between me and you. So he actually shows up to her house later that night and tells her, that would be bad for you if they find out what we talked about. So he shows up to her house and threatens her, and she's like, you need to go home. I don't know what you're doing here. But obviously they don't know his abilities, so they just think he's some little kid coming to the house. And she kind of just dismisses him. And instead of leaving, I think that he was actually about to kill her, but her husband arrives, and when the husband arrives, he actually finds him in the closet, just plotting, and it's just what do you, snaps on him and is about to take him home, and he just disappears, and he knows that he has to find him because it's his brother-in-law's kid. He can't just leave him out there. He doesn't know. And so He's driving along the road to try and find out where he is. We see him. He's in the sky, and just like any normal reaction, I thought it was great. He's like, no. He's just like, you know what? This is not me. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of this situation because it's not good. It isn't good for him. And he is executed gruesomely. That was the first time that we see the gruesome death. And then the parents are notified, and everything's coming centerfold, and they know that it's him. That everything that's happening, they know that it revolves around him. And even though at first they think it's puberty, now the mother is just being naive, and the dad knows what's up. The dad even tries to kill him. It doesn't work because he's invincible, and he gets laser vision through the head, and that was crazy because he just executed him like with no remorse or anything, even though he was raised by that man. And finally, his mother is done being naive and realizes, that he is not a good guy. He is not meant to be good. He's from a different planet that was sent here to basically rule or take us over. So now the cops are like involved, and they know what's happening. And we see that he can't be stopped because he easily kills the two deputies that arrive at his house, and now it's down to him and his mother. And, I didn't think he was going to do anything with his mother because his mother's always the one like, I believe there's good in you. You can be good, blah, blah, blah. She's a dummy. And so while all this is going on, she's hiding from him, but she knows that he's not going to attack her. And she actually gets right up close to him, and he doesn't attack her. And what she does is, which is smart, she takes a piece of his ship because that's the only thing that can hurt him. And she should have just immediately stabbed him or cut him or done something with the ship. But she's saying, "Oh, I know they're still good about you," and she rises up. And right before she does it, he catches her arm, flies her about 50,000 feet in the air, and then just drops her like it was nothing. And then we see this plane coming on. The plane crashes, and pretty much what I got from it is that he made it seem like it was a cover-up, because he put all the bodies at the house. He made the plane crash into the house to make it look like everybody who died was involved in that plane crash, so nothing would be connected back to him. And so then that's how the movie ends. Bad guy wins. He kills everybody and gets away with it. And then in the cutscenes that follow, we just see that he's slowly starting to take over the world, because they show different parts of the world where this figure in the sky is just showing up, and all this destruction is happening. So we see what would happen if Superman was bad, because if Superman was bad, there wouldn't be a thing that we could do about it. Not one thing, because that's how powerful that man is. So other than that, I thought the graphics were good. I thought the gore was good, which I didn't expect, even though it was rated R. I don't know why. It was all a very good storyline, all well put together. His powers, all of Superman's powers were shown. I liked how they changed it up, and they didn't give him the same symbol, but he had his own symbol of the Brandon Breyer, and it showed, that he is how the villain would act. No remorse. He's an alien. He doesn't care what anybody else thinks. And I also forgot to mention, when the mother goes to the ship to get a piece, we finally do see the mother who he attacked at work, and she's strung up, guts all open, and all of the symbols are written around her. I forgot to add that, but it was a very well put together movie, and it explained everything. We see that we're shown his origin story, and then through the cutscenes we're shown that he is going to take over the world after this. It's nothing that can be stopped about him. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this movie. I don't know if you've seen it or not. You should. It's soon to be out on DVD. I thought it was pretty good, and it just gives a different perspective, good and bad, because we mostly see the good guys on TV. It's different to see the bad guys every now and then. So I thought it was good. You guys should go see it. Hit that subscribe button if you're interested. Like the video if you thought it was good content. Let me know what you think. Also, back to the competition. I guess you want to say, I need you guys to like a video, comment on a video, and subscribe to be considered to be sitting right here with me, and we can talk about the movie that you choose. It's going to be up to you. I already have a few people participating, so keep entering, and I'm going to choose 5 people for the episodes to come, and we're going to get this ball rolling. So with that being said, this is Ideal Flicks. I'll see you guys next time.